After receiving backlash for supposedly delaying the decision on Bongbong Marcos's disqualification case, Commissioner Amy Ferolino insists that the COMELEC's credibility remains intact. She did, however, keep silent when asked about inhibiting from the review process. Water interruptions in several areas in Metro Manila and Cavite will extend until the end of the month. West Zone concessionaire Maynilad says this will hopefully be the last extension. An advisor to the National Task Force raises the possibility of face masks being scrapped later this year. That is only if the country reaches its target of 90 million fully vaccinated Filipinos. And after 3 decades in the league, the Alaska Aces bids the PBA goodbye. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a wrap. Sean Yao. The Robredo Pangilinan ticket is in the Visayas for dialogues with stakeholders. Let's get the details from Gerard de la Peña, who's joining us live from Boracay. Gerard, tell us more about the visit of the Robredo Pangilinan tandem over there.
Sean, Vice President Leni Robredo and her running mate Senator Kiko Pangilinan visited Boracay Island earlier today. Here they discussed local and national issues and proposed possible solutions. They first visited the Ati community in Barangay Manok-Manok here. This group of indigenous people here were once forced to leave the land where they had been residing. One member even became emotional as she recalled how Robredo's late husband, Jesse Robredo, helped them. In 2012, they were given a certificate of ancestral domain through Jesse, who was then Interior Secretary. The certificate designated a 2.1-hectare parcel of land for them. But they fear that some business owners and property developers are still after their land. Robredo vowed to do what she can to secure their properties. The tandem also spoke to residents, workers, and business owners in Boracay who are opposing the Boracay Island Development Authority or BIDA bill. They said it would allow the construction of casinos and also other projects that could lead to environmental issues here. Robredo assured them there will be proper consultations on such proposals should she win as president. Sean, the Robredo Pangilinan tandem also made rounds of Antigua this afternoon. They will come back here in the Panay Island in the coming weeks. Sean.
Thank you so much for those updates, and do enjoy Boracay. Gerard de la Peña reporting to us live from Aklan. Bongbong Marcos and Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte remain the top choices for the country's 2 top posts, according to a social weather station survey. 50% of respondents chose Marcos Jr. as their president, followed by Vice President Leni Robredo with 19%. The former senator saw his lead from Robredo narrow in the latest poll as compared to the Pulse Asia survey, where he garnered 60% voter preference. Meanwhile, Manila Mayor Isko Moreno and Senator Manny Pacquiao are tied at 3rd place with 11% each. On the other hand, it is a tight VP race, with Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte getting 44% voter preference, followed by Senate President Tito Soto with 33%. Senator Kiko Pangilinan is 3rd, followed by Doc Willie Ong and Congressman Lito Atienza. COMELEC Commissioner Amy Ferolino assures the public of a credible election come May. This remark comes on the back of weeks of trading barbs with retired Commissioner Rowena Guanzon, who voted to disqualify presidential bet Bongbong Marcos. The commissioner insists that no one influenced the decision favoring Marcos. Ferolino also dismissed the row with Guanzon, calling it a minor issue that should not involve the poll body as a whole. Ferolino also had no comment on the petitioner's request for the commissioner to inhibit herself from the review of Marcos Jr.'s disqualification cases.
That minor issue will not affect the credibility of the commission as a whole. We have the machine which remains impartial, and we have people on the ground and who will continue doing their job without bias.
One political science professor says that the SMNI debate that happened on Tuesday night needs to be fact-checked. This comes on the back of some netizens pointing out how Bongbong Marcos had been introduced as an economist before the debate proper. Marcos Jr. only received a special diploma on social studies from the Oxford University and not an economics degree. UP political science professor Aris Arguay said that false claims of candidates and hosts should have been immediately corrected.
Live fact-checking, importante yun eh. No? Kasi kung hindi, we are taking everything that the candidates are saying as given. Hindi lang yun na mare-reveal sa social media. Ihaharap mo yung resulta ng fact-checking na yun sa kandidato mismo.
We'll be back with more stories after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Water interruptions in several areas in Metro Manila and Cavite will extend until the end of the month. Shaila Francisco tells us why.
Residents of Almanza dos Las Piñas thought they would have to endure the lack of water supply for a limited time. But the water interruption has once again been extended until the end of February. This laundry shop has to limit customers to 15 a day.
Walang customer, lalo na wala rin tubig po. Pati sa napupuya at kakaipon. Grabe pa sakit ng ngayon, ma'am. Maynilad. Hindi namin ini-expect, kala namin last na po kasi yung 15 eh.
Around 180,000 households in Las Piñas, Muntinlupa, Parañaque, and cities in Bacoor are still affected by up to 19 hours of water interruption. Maynilad said increased water turbidity from Laguna Lake due to the northeast monsoon is still affecting the production in its Putatan treatment plant. But the concessionaire assures consumers that this may be the last extension as production is slowly increasing.
At this level, kaya na natin siya ma-sustain. So, in the next few days until the end of February, mag-i-improve na yung production.
Around 200 barangays in Manila and Imus City will also be affected by the water service interruption starting Thursday. In Imus, residents rush to get the available supply in the stationary water tanker. They say they have been struggling with supply since December.
Minsan kasi natulog at tulad kahapon, tumulo ng konti, malakas pa ihin ng bata. Oh, paano ka makakaipon? O ngayon, hindi yung naipon namin, wala na uli.
Araw-araw kami nagtatabo galing trabaho kami panggabi. Pag uwi namin, mag-iigib pa.
Maynilad said that the high demand affects supply from Angat Dam.
Pagka nakikita natin na masyadong malakas yung demand, bumababa kaagad yung ipon nating tubig sa mga imbakan. So, pinipigilan natin na masadsad ang ating ipon sa reservoirs kasi mas malaking problema siya pag naubos yun.
The National Water Resources Board warns that this will be the scenario consumers will face in the coming months as demand increases approaching summer. For now, the NWRB has tasked water concessionaires to prepare its deep wells and additional treatment plants to prevent more water interruptions in the future. They are also asking the public to conserve water when necessary. Shaila Francisco, VR1 News.
Fans are back to watch the PBA Governors Cup live after a month-long suspension of games due to the Omicron COVID surge. Marty Bautista joins us live from the Big Dome in Quezon City for an update. Marty, how is a live audience reacting there today? Are a lot of people there?
Sean, the return of PBA fans here at the Big Dome was smooth sailing. After more than a month, fans were again allowed to enter the Smart Araneta Coliseum for the PBA Games. Recall that late last year, live audience had already been allowed, but this was stopped after cases started to rise in January. Today, fans are back in the arena to watch the resumption of the Governor's Cup. There are red tape on some seats here in the Big Dome. This is to ensure physical distancing among the audience. Upon entry, fans must present their QC pass, vaccination card, and a government-issued ID. Tickets range from 70 to 375 pesos, and at the moment, food and beverages are not yet allowed back inside. So, Sean, earlier in the first game, Magnolia topped NLEX 112 to 109. Currently, all the noise is happening inside the court as TNT Tropangega and the San Miguel Beermen go head-to-head against each other. There's still no final number of fans here, Sean, but rest assured, everybody who entered these halls were so excited to watch the games live again. Sean?
Right, definitely. I can feel the excitement from over here in Mandaluyong. Thank you so much for that update and enjoy the ball game. Marty Bautista reporting to us live from the Smart Araneta Coliseum in Quezon City. And the Alaska Aces are leaving the PBA after more than 3 decades. In a statement, Alaska said that its parent company is restructuring to ensure the long-term sustainability of its core business. The Aces have won 14 titles, including a Grand Slam in 1996. Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. NTF Special Advisor Dr. Ted Herbosa says that dropping the face mask requirement in open spaces could be possible or could be discussed by the 4th quarter. Herbosa also said that scrapping the mask mandate is possible once 90 million Filipinos are fully vaccinated against COVID-19. One security analyst warns that Filipinos could end up as collateral damage should the Islamic militant group Hamas push through with the supposed terror plot in the Philippines. Professor Romel Banlawi said that authorities should not be complacent, even if the group is not targeting Filipinos. Legendary award-winning artist Cher trended on Twitter after expressing support for women empowerment and for the country's lone female presidential bet, Leni Robredo. Cher tweeted, "Let women do it. Let Leni." The tweet now has over 59,000 likes. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.